I have been using it to understand sound and to understand music.
So what is the name of the condition that you have?
The name of the condition is Chromesthesia. That is, if I can spell it, it's Chromest. Here you go. Chromesthesia. It's Chromesthesia. Search it up. It's quite rare. I think it's like 1 in 1,000 people have it. And yeah, like I said, it pairs two of my senses. It pairs my hearing and it pairs my sight. So whenever I hear a noise, I see a flash of color in my vision.
So is that every single time then that you hear a noise, you see a flash
Every
of colour?
sound.
So
In the
does that
music,
mean
in the dogs barking.
Does that mean that you can't drive then? Are you not allowed to drive because of that?
I haven't been told I can't, but I am pretty deterred by the idea of learning to drive anyway, so I feel like that's kind of off the table for me, yeah.
So I have to ask, I'm sorry. Is the color the same every single time? So single time you
No,
hear it? Oh, okay.
it's not.
So I was gonna ask,
It's
what
very-
color
yeah.
do you hear when you hear me talk? But if it's different every single time,
It's
then there won't be
weird.
a same
People
colour
ask me
for
this
it.
question, and I could probably give you an answer because there's usually one potent color, if that makes sense, one that sticks out more
Is it
than
okay
the
if I
rest. And
ask?
while listening, I think you're yellow, which is my favorite color for the record.
Aw.
Yeah,
That's cute.
it's more so shape because the flashes tend to either zigzag or they'll spiral, and quite a lot of people's voices zigzag as opposed to spiraling. The spirals are kind of the waves and the wind and the calming noises, and then the more intricate ones are the zappy ones.
So my
So yeah, yellow
zigzag.
zappies.
Oh,
Yeah.
because my favorite color is blue. I was kind of hoping that'd be blue, but yellow works.
Yeah.
Honestly. I have to rebrand to yellow, Shrewba. So
Maybe.
with this, does it make it hard? Like, so you wear glasses as well?
Yeah.
This doesn't sound like a strange question, but I am curious, and I guess can be a bit of a raising awareness segment. I guess. But
I guess so.
I do have an idea linked to this that, like I said, I'll mention to you off the podcast. Does wearing glasses help you with this?
I don't really see the color any differently. Like it's not it's evidently not something that's there, you know what I mean? Like it's definitely a mental thing because and people have asked me like when I close my eyes can I still see the color? And yeah, it's all there, and sometimes in my dreams I'm noticing. So it's like it's a very like difficult thing to describe, but quite a wonderful and unique thing that I have that I will forever cherish and celebrate.
How long had like so you said you only noticed it? Oh god, you said was it GCSE or A level year you mentioned?
I noticed it in GCSE.
GCSE, so that would have been about 3 years back, 2 years back.
Yeah, nearly 4 years back.
But how long, looking back on it now, do you reckon you've had this condition for?
I don't think I could say because I have been using it to understand sound and to understand music. So because I took music for GCSE, I took music for A level. I love music. I play the piano, I play the guitar, and I am just music has always fascinated me. Yeah,
we can
it's
link
always
into this.
fascinated
Let's carry
me.
on. We can link into this.
It's the color has definitely helped because I don't have perfect pitch. I don't have the ability to just hear it, but being able to associate a tone with a color has made it so much easier to learn these instruments. I can sit down on an instrument I've never played and learn it in a matter of minutes because I'm just using association and using the colors that I hear on other instruments to find my way around. And it amazes me sometimes when people tell me to play a song and they'll tell me to play a tune that I've never heard before, and I'll listen to it for a few minutes and then I can just play it.
So it'd be like red, yellow, green, green, red, yellow, green,
Yeah,
green, red.
exactly.
Like that's
Exactly.
so cool. It's like a superpower then. You're using it.
Yeah, my mom said that.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
I've always kind of heard people say like instead of calling it a condition, call it a superpower, and I feel like this is one of them ones where you can really call it like because it is cool.
Absolutely.
And like you said, like although it's different colors, like right now you might be seeing green, like when I talk, but it's like because it's the majority yellow, you kind of just associate with like okay, his voice is yellow, and then like her voice is blue. Like
it is crazy.
Another question linked to that then. So does it kind of merge the colors? Like so for instance, so if I talk like this and then take a gap, does it like reflash when I say gap, or like does the yellow kind of stay, or does it flash every single word, or does it kind of blend in all together?
Very, very dependent on words again. They don't last very long, and usually once a sound stops, the color stops too. So it's very much so dependent on what noises I'm hearing. But one thing I will say is when I find I'm in a busy space or a space with a lot of different sounds and noises coming from different directions, I find it very difficult and sometimes a little bit overwhelming because obviously having the color is a nice way to ground myself and understand, and I like to dissect it. But when there's a lot of things going on, it tends to shut me quite a lot.
So, like, say you're looking straight forward now. Let's just say you're looking at your monitor, okay? And you're looking at everything. When the flash happened, for like better understanding it, let's just pretend your eyes are your screen, okay? You're looking at your monitor, and that's the only thing you can see. You can't see anything around it. The monitor is your eyes right now. Does that make sense?
The monitor is my entire vision. Yeah.
So you're looking at your monitor right now. Where do you see a flash?
The flash is usually around the border, so I won't see anything in the middle, in the direct line of sight, but I'll see flashes around the edges, if that makes sense.
So like top right, top middle, top left, that kind of idea.
Yeah, it doesn't obscure my vision, but it contributes on the sides. It kind of adds like a nice.
Oh yeah, Karen. Sorry, my bad.
It adds a glow. It adds a nice border around it.
So when like how big is it? So let's just pretend the edge of the monitor is the edge of your eyes. How like far out would you reckon?
It's quite a small thing. It definitely, there's never been a point where I've seen it obscure my vision, if that makes sense. It doesn't get in the way. It's there, but it's not there. It's like when you see something in the corner of your eye, if that makes sense. And
does like
just like that.
When you hear multiple noises, does that like, so say you hear one noise, so like right now there's a yellow flash in the top right, just for example, yeah. But then alongside me talking, you hear a car horn go off and you hear a cat meow. Does that create 3 flashes or just the one flash?
3 different flashes, yeah.
So that's why it gets overwhelming when you're in a public space thing. You have like flashes all around your eyes. Oh god, okay. And sorry, I've got so many questions. I think it's good. Because I'm talking about you anyways. Okay. If you close your right eye, does that change anything?
Doing it.
Like, can you still see on the far? So like you say, like you can see on the far right of your monitor, and you close your right eye. You can only see half your monitor now. Yeah, just example. Can you still see on the far right, or does it move far left?
Yeah, no, I can still see it on the far right. It's like when people ask me if I close my eyes and it still happens. It does. I can still see color, which is weird because it's like I can't see anything, but I can see this. So
that's crazy. Yeah. That's why you should make an animation about it. Because imagine if you made an animation and you showed how like you saw it from your perspective, just like how we've explained here. Imagine that was an animation form. That'd be so cool.
Very true.
That'd be so cool.
I'm quite excited for this now. It's definitely going to have to be something I do now.
You should, because I'd love learning about. I love learning about stuff all the time. Like